We're now in week 6 of the NFL season, nearing the halfway mark, and it's been an unusual one so far. The Commanders are atop of the NFC East. The Vikings might be the best team in NFL. I'm your host, Monroe, joined by Jaiden Hope, Mariah Elizondo, Kiera Baker, and Jacob Zacharia. We had some interesting games so far. Because of that, I want each of you guys to give your play of the week. Jacob, I'll start with you. What was your play of the week in NFL Week 5?
All right, let's get right into it. I'm from New York, so unfortunately my Jets are going to be on this list. The Vikings and the Jets faced off in London, and it was the first quarter. The Vikings were up 3-0. The Jets were in Minnesota territory. They were driving. It's third down, and when you look at the scheme, Brian Flores, he loves to run the blitz packages. He disguises them perfectly. And what he likes to do is he likes to walk up the linebackers to the line of scrimmage to mess with the quarterback's head. So my favorite part of this was he's going to bring Andrew Van Ginkel in on this play. He's going to back him up right when he calls hike because Rodgers just thinks he's got to get this ball out real fast. Signals to his receivers, and he gets his ball out. Ginkel bounces off the blitz, picks us off, and what does he do? Runs it back for a pick six, his second of the season. I think he might be one of the best signings of the offseason right now. And he's Mr. Pick Six. He's a pick six everywhere he goes. Great stuff from him overall. That's my play of the week.
Okay, I like that one. Kiera, I know you got a good one too.
Yeah, so my play of the week, it's not the flashiest play or the most exciting play, but I went with Chad Ryan's 35-yard game-winning kicker versus the 49ers. He plays with the Arizona Cardinals now, and he wasn't on the roster at first before this game. He was actually picked up, signed with the team on Wednesday, and then he was an active player on Saturday. But this story really he's the epitome of staying ready. He came into that game, he kicked 3 field goals for this team and kicked the game winner with 97 seconds left to go. So it's really just a story about staying ready so you don't have to get ready. He was ready. Like I said, he was picked up off this team. He wasn't on the roster, and he came in and gave it his all and won the game for his team. And the ending score ended up being 24-23. They knocked off the 49ers, which is supposed to be a contender in the league, but they've been slacking a little bit. So.
Okay, I like that one too. Mariah, I know you have one too.
Well, mine, very sentimental, of course. Xavier Worth handing the ball off to his mom after scoring a 3-yard touchdown run. I mean, I know nobody's no Kansas City Chiefs fan, especially me. But in sports, like the NFL, sometimes it's more about the game, about like who won or lost. It's more about who put you on this field and why he was grateful for it. So that's honestly why it was my favorite top play of the week.
Well, since we're talking about favorite teams, I'm going to go with my favorite team and what I think is the best signing of the offseason, Xavier McKinney with his game-changing INT, his 5th in 5 games as well. So Matthew Stafford drops back to throw the ball. It's a 17-13 game. Looks down the field, fires it, and who's there? Xavier McKinney. And he returns it to about, I think, midfield. And that set up the Packers. That set up a score for the Packers, and it changed the course of the game as well.
Got you. Well, fast forward to week 6. We have some intriguing matchups. Jacob, you're the new specialist here, so I'll start with you. Jaiden Daniels versus the Ravens. Maybe MVP so far of the NFL season. Is he going to have more than 3 touchdowns or maybe less than 3 touchdowns?
All right, let's start it off like this. Jaiden Daniels is having a phenomenal season. I say screw Rookie of the Year. He's an MVP contender right now. He has 4 passing and 4 rushing touchdowns through 5 weeks, has had 200 yards in every game, but he's not hitting the 3 touchdowns. Let's be real. He's had 3 touchdowns in 1 game this
3
season.
total touchdowns?
Yeah, 3 total touchdowns in 1 game this season.
Okay.
I don't know. It's going to be tough to ask him against the Ravens defense. They only allowed 2 players to go over 3 touchdowns, Dak and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had an insane week. The Bengals, that offense exploded. I don't think Harbaugh is going to let that defense do that again. That's a poor performance from them, a rare one. I don't think we'll see it happen again. The defense ranks number 1 in rush and 31st in pass. 31st, let's say that because that's Joe Burrow and his inflation. But I think the Ravens defense is really good. They're going to look to get back Harbaugh. He's going to train those guys up. I don't think Jaiden Daniels is going to hit it. He's lower than 3 touchdowns.
Got you. I like the stats. Let's switch gears though. Kiera, Jalen Hurts has struggled a little bit so far this season, but he's going against the Browns, a poor defense. Is he going to have more than 300 passing yards against the Browns?
Yeah, so I'm going to say he's going to get higher. So we know that, well, we don't know, but this year he's only scored over 300 passing yards 1 time this season, and I was against the New Orleans Saints, which was a good game. But this game coming up, he'll have his star receiver, A.J. Brown, coming back, and also Davante Smith. And we both know that those are 2 star wide receivers for this Eagles team. So I feel like that'll level up his play, especially with him passing the ball. We all know that A.J. Brown is his star receiver, and that's his primary person when he's passing the ball. So I do think he'll score more. He'll have more than 300 passing yards. against the
A.J.
Browns.
Brown, Davante Smith, both back on the team. Thank God. So he'll have weapons to do it. So I agree with you there. Mariah, Jamar Chase, is he going to have more or less than 100 receiving yards in Week 6?
Obviously more. They're playing the Giants. They're already 2-3. I mean, he's already averaged maybe 70 between 80 yards. He's already had 15 games in his past seasons where he's already had over 100 receiving yards. I think not too high, maybe not over 110, maybe in 102, 105, but I definitely see it happening for him.
Okay, I agree with that. Jaiden, we got Dak Prescott. Turnover machine last week against the Steelers. Is he going to have more than one, or let's say 0.5, because that's more or less than one, turnovers against the Lions this week?
I'm actually going to say Dak Prescott is going to have less than one interception this week against the Lions. I say this because in his career, Dak Prescott is 5-0 against the Lions, and he does have 11 touchdowns and only one INT in those games. And after coming off a performance like last week, even though that they did ultimately win the game, it was kind of sloppy play, and I think that he realizes that they have to clean that up if they want to get this W.
Okay. So no turnovers, not even a fumble, because he could fumble too.
No turnovers. It's a clean game from Dak Prescott this week, hopefully.
Okay. I
Hopefully
don't know if I
for
agree
him.
with that. I don't know if I agree with that. But let's switch gears. Davante Adams is still on the market. He asked for a trade. It's a hot commodity. In my opinion, the best receiver in the league still to this day. So I want everyone to give their best fit for Davante Adams. I'll start with you on this side first, Jaiden. Who do you think he'll goes to? And maybe,
I think
I heard Aaron Rodgers earlier.
I think the best fit would be the Chiefs, but I think that he'll ultimately go to the Jets. The Jets did fire Coach Robert Saleh earlier this week, but they, for some reason, kept Nathaniel Hackett. And I think that's maybe because they think they can get Tay Adams and they can come back and run that offense like they did with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So I think that would probably be the best fit for Tay Adams.
Yeah, because he has that chemistry with Aaron Rodgers already, so it'll be like plug and play. But Mariah?
Well, sources are saying that, of course, it's going to be the Saints or the Jets because of previous players that are on the team. But I want to switch it over. I want to say Los Angeles Chargers. I mean,
Okay.
it's his hometown. There's Justin Herbert. He has that arm. If he has that arm during those games and Davante Adams is firing, he's going to be scoring touchdowns all day.
Follow-up question. If they do get Davante Adams to the Chargers, playoffs or no?
I don't know. It honestly depends on how the offensive line sets it up for him. Is he going to have enough time to get down to that field? Is Justin Herbert, again, is he even going to be looking out for him? Is he going to be actually reading the game? I think that's honestly what we have to see.
Got it. All right, Kiera, I'll pass it to you. What do you think is the best fit for Davante Adams?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Jets. Like you said, they have great chemistry. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, they played 8 seasons in Green Bay. And with Aaron Rodgers' last 3 seasons with the Green Bay, he completed passes with Davante Adams. He had 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. So I'd say that they have great chemistry, and the Jets would be a good fit for Davante Adams.
Oh, I agree. Jacob?
I did want to say the Saints, but with Derek Carr going down and Spencer Rattler starting, I don't think there's any way he wants to go from Gardner Minshew to Spencer Rattler. So I wanted to say the Steelers, but I am going to hop on the Jets train. I think that's the best fit for him. I think those receivers there, they need a little help building that connection with Aaron Rodgers, and they lack that right now. But if they want to get Davante Adams, they're going to have to pay the price. I think they're going to have to lose like Mike Williams or someone of that caliber.
Got it. Well, all good. Me personally, I would also say the Jets. Please, Jaiden, you said the Chiefs. If the Patrick Mahomes gets Davante Adams,
Oh, yeah, 3 in a row.
It's
might do
over.
devious
No.
things.
No.
I might do devious
3 in a row.
things on this camera. But that is a wrap on Quarter Central Sports. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time.